Hi, this is Sandy, and I am here for the collab hashtag Twinchy Tuesday, and this is my first time participating. I've never made a Twinchy before, but I have been watching everyone have so much fun with it that I decided I needed to make some. And so I've gone through some bits and pieces I had on my desk left over from different projects. I also pulled a couple pieces out of this book I have that has stickers in it, and I got it off of Amazon. And I'll just briefly show you. It's just got all kinds of different stickers, some vellum stickers, and so just some lovely things in here. And as you can see, I've been pulling pieces out of it to use for different projects. So anyway, I just worked on an envelope for the hashtag 12 on 12 collab, and I had this sheet of paper left after I'd used it, and I thought it's just too pretty to throw away. And so I got to thinking that maybe I could use a corner of that on a Twinchy, and that I could still like take advantage of the really cute mushrooms and stuff on here. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I've got some other things to play with as well, but I'm gonna start with this one. So I'm just gonna glue this. This was just a cardstock scrap I had, white cardstock. And so I just cut me some different ones out that I could play with. And I love the idea that I can use up some bits and pieces that I have left over from other projects or that I've gathered from Happy Mail. Okay, making sure that I put this on the side that I want to work with. And then I will cut that out. I think that starts out real cute to start with. Kind of thinking that some gold metallic paint might look kind of cute on the edges, so I'm going to grab that. I guess this is part of what happens when you're crafting on video is when I'm not filming, I can just go grab whatever I want. When I'm filming, I try to anticipate, but like on this, I really didn't do a lot of planning ahead of time. So I recently bought, this was off of Amazon too, Shuttle Art, and it has 30 different colors of metallic acrylic paint. So it has several different shades of gold. I'm just going to pull some out of here. It also has this would look pretty on there too. This is a Rich Espresso is the name of it. We've got one that's a reddish brown. That would probably look good on it too. Well, probably a bunch of these will look good on there, and I probably should stop pulling them out. So these are the ones I pulled out. Reddish brown, the gold, the bronze. This is a pale gold. I think it'd probably look fine, but I don't think I like it as much as I like the darker colors. And this rich espresso I think would be real pretty too. Ooh, now it comes down to making a choice. I'd originally thought gold, but I'm really thinking I like this rich espresso. I think I'm going to use that one. There again, probably any of them would work, but I need to make a choice, so I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper and just have a paintbrush here. I may need to take off I do need to take off this lid part. I think I'll just keep that and put that back on. And just get a little bit out here on the scratch paper. I'm afraid of having a whole blob come out, which is not really what I need. I don't really want to waste it. Well, let's try that. I think that should be enough for what I want. And I think I should grab a baby wipe because I've already got paint on my fingers. So I don't want the paint getting in places where I don't want it. So I better clean off my fingers before I keep working on it. Okay, let's see if I can just kind of edge this with some of this paint on the edge. I don't want it to be too uniform. I'd like for there to be some difference so that it looks more textured along the edge and it looks more organic. Oh, now I'm splattering. I'll really have to be careful or I'm going to have a huge mess. Trying to get paint on all four sides without having to get more out of the bottle. Okay, I'm going to lay that down. I like it. I like the way it looks. So I have a bottle of water here. I'm just going to stick my paintbrush in so that it can not dry in my paintbrush. And then after I'm done with the video, I will clean the paintbrush. Now, it looks like it's drying pretty fast on this side. Don't really want to use my heat gun because that makes a lot of noise. I'd gotten out this mushroom thinking I could add another mushroom to it, so I'm deciding if I want to do that or not. If I peel the vellum paper from around it, oh, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. If I peel the vellum from out around it, then I can see the actual size and shape of it. So I'm going to do that to start with. Excuse the arm. I have a little cup. I can show you. I have a little cup that I just put little scraps in on my table because my trash can is underneath my craft table. And so is my recycling bucket. So this is what I do trash in. I can reach the recycling bucket a lot easier under the table, but the trash can is kind of pushed back so I have room for my knees. So I just put little bits and pieces of trish in here, and then when it gets full, then I stick it under I think I kind of like that. Gonna have to be real careful here since that paint is wet. See if I can stick it on here without getting myself all painty or making a real mess. And then I have a little butterfly I thought about using too. Kind of wishing I had stuck that mushroom off the side a little bit. I don't know if I can pry it back up and try again, or if it's just going to be down too good. Okay. I guess I should have got the heat gun because I'm making a mess. But I think I want this over a little bit more, maybe hanging off the side. And then I'll just cut the edge of it later. Okay. I am getting a little bit of paint on there, but I think I can just wipe that off. Okay, Mr. Butterfly, where would I like you to be? Or do I want to put you on there? I don't know how much of this mushroom I really want to cover up because I really do think it's cute. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to call this good, and I'm going to set this aside to dry. And then later when it's dry, I will come back and cut the mushroom off of the edge so that it's square on that side. But I think I'm just going to take all this and set it away so that I am not messing in that paint while that paint dries. But I really did like how that turned out, and I'm happy I was able to use what basically is a scrap of paper and do something creative with it. I still am thinking there's some nice colors in there. Wondering if I could use some of that as a background and then put some other things on top of it. And no one would need to know that that's a skirt of a fairy. I also think this area is really pretty too. Thinking if I cut that out, and maybe I could put something that kind of covered where her arm is on the edge, but you might not even notice that once it's cut out. I see I still have paint on me. Just one of the reasons I don't use paint a lot unless I'm just doing a painting project is because I tend to get it everywhere. I think I'm gonna try this corner and then see what I can make. Okay, my bottle's gonna be fussy with me. grab my other bottle. This one tends to not get clogged as often, which is why I use a little bottle. See if I can kind of judge where I had that before. Set it on there. And when I cut it, we'll see what I end up with. That's part of the whole idea of this play. Just playing with bits and pieces out of my stash. But I love doing projects like this where I can use up some of the pieces I have. Got parts of that butterfly, but I love the colors in it. So I wonder, I have some butterflies I'd made as part of another project that are just laying in a little tray. I have these little trays from scrapbook.com, and when I have leftovers from different things, this was a card that I made, and I had some extra pieces. Here are other bits and pieces. Some have been gifted to me, and some are from other projects. Here's some things that come out of the ephemera book I had from Art by Marlene, and they were just laying out, so when I clean off my desk, sometimes I just stick things in a tray. This was a flower, part of a card, and it got cut off, so I stuck it in here thinking I could use that on something. Thinking not on this Twinkie, but it might look cute on a Twinkie. So anyway, so I've laid some different things out here, trying to see what I might do. This was a flower I'd fussy cut out from something. I can tell because it's like a magazine page. Got some different colored. This was from a different card class I'd taken, and we got these dies. I think this was a Simon Hurley class, and this is a Simon Hurley die. This was from the same class. Kind of think about it because of the wings in the background, but I don't know that if I put a butterfly on there, you're really going to be able to tell that those are butterfly wings in the background. I had some vintage pieces, but I don't really think I like those on this background. Had a birthday cake. Don't know that it really goes with the butterfly, but I don't know that if I put the cake on there, you would know the difference of what was in the background. Also, along with that were some donuts. But I don't think this is the background I want to put them on. But I think that they would look cute on a Twinkie, so I'd laid them out. So now I just have to decide what I want to put on here along with this. Well, I think I like that one. It's a whole trier, although I like that one too. And I feel like I need to put something around the edge. I think I'm going to use this one and glue it on. And then maybe some washi tape around the edge. Also had a die cut that has been on my desk. I could, maybe if I can move this down a little bit. Put the hello on there. If I had known ahead of time I was thinking about doing the hello, I would have moved the butterfly down a little bit more. Yeah, not enough room down there. But I think I could do the hello up here and it would work. Okay, these are always tricky when they're so tiny to get some glue on them. So sometimes I just kind of use the nozzle to spread it around a little bit. So it gets just enough on there. And always get some on my fingers. But nobody said that crafting wasn't messy at times. If I get that hello on there. I think that'll work. And the butterfly, because it's layered, gives some dimension as well. And then I think I will try inking around the edge and see if I like that or if I need to get some washi tape. Now that I put the hello on there, it'd be harder to put washi tape around the edge. So I have my Tea-Dye Distress ink that I like to use. Just try some of this around the edge. I do like that you can see the flower sticking out here. See if this gives it enough of an edge. Try it just a little more on the edge. Part of the challenge for me in crafting is trying to decide when to quit and when it just needs something else. So I'm gonna look at my washi tape. I know I've got some really thin, some little thin ones. Like this has some gold on it. I kind of like the way that looks across the bottom. Excuse me, my washi tape container made noise. It does just add a little something to the bottom. It adds a little bit of sparkle too, which is nice. So. If I hadn't put the hello on there as a second thought, I could have put this around the edge and formed a little frame. But because the hello is so close to the top on this side, I think I'll just put it on the bottom. I don't know that I want it on the bottom and this side. I can take a look and then pull it back off if I don't like it. I don't know, I think I like it better just at the bottom. So I think those are gonna be my two Twinchies for today. This one I think is still wet, and I need to cut it off the side, but I'll just carefully put it out here on the table. And I think those are gonna be the two that I do for today, for Twitchy Tuesday. All the information will be in the description box below so that you can look up the hashtag, so you can look up Jen from Sassy Southern NC Girl, who is hosting Twitchy Tuesday. And trying to remember if there was anyone else I was going to highlight in the description box, but I can't think of it right now. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and thank you for watching my channel.